Hi, I'm Mac McCarthy, and I help people with their breakups. And today, I have a breakup story from India. And if you have a breakup story you want to share, even if it's not from India, send it in to writemac.com, WRITEMAC.com. Send it in. I possibly could do a YouTube response just like this. If you'd like to take it a step further, dig deeper, and get some serious clarity, I would suggest that you consider booking a live coaching session. If you like this video, throw me a like. If you don't like the video, don't like it. If you want to subscribe, click that red button. So let's get right into it. Hey, I'm from India. Cool, man. I haven't been to India, but I guess it's on my list. I like the food. I like yoga sometimes. I have been in a relationship for 3 years. We studied together, but starting from early November, she started behaving indifferently. So would we say indifferently be awkward? So you've been in a relationship. 3 years is a nice run. You studied together, so you have something in common. You guys were, whenever you're students together or you're at a university, it helps the relationship because you have the same goals. You usually have the same hours. You have the same things to talk about. And when studies change and you both get a job, sometimes you go in different directions. So you said studied together, so that's past tense. But starting from early November, she started behaving indifferently, okay? So she often burst her emotions, recalling incidents in the past. So she's a past tense person. If she's bursting with emotion from past incidents with you, that means she was holding things in for a long time and it was going to happen eventually. I'd done a terrible mistake of hiding the relationship from close friends for almost a year. Why would you do that? But later on, it was disclosed. Her parents had approved of our relationship, which is a big deal in India as far as I know. That's a big deal. This comes up a lot from people that send their story from India about getting their parents' approval. And sometimes a great documentary is Meeting the Patels. This guy was Indian American, not Native American, but Indian American. And his parents didn't approve of him marrying a Caucasian or white woman. And he went on and on and on. Eventually, he ended up going back to the woman and just going, whatever you think, mom and dad, And the mom and dad said, you know what? We didn't want you to marry her, but eventually they came around because they loved their son. But I was yet to inform my own. So you didn't think she was good enough for your parents? You were nervous? I mean, if you're together 3 years and you don't want to introduce her to your parents, how does that make her feel? But nevertheless, I constantly communicated with her, telling her that could be carried out as soon as possible. I was seriously considering marrying her this year. Considering, what does that mean? Seriously considering means I'm thinking about it, which means 50-50. Did she want to marry you? I work on a job and was earning well and preparing to be more grounded. Being in India, we couldn't live together, but we have our moments of intimacy. Well, good for you. But by December, things got out of hand. She, in between, met a new guy who was older to her and was married. Dun dun. She still describes him as her friend, but she did admit that she felt attracted to him and started comparing him with me. This is completely natural as a human species, okay? If you're with someone and you meet someone else, you can or cannot be attracted to them. They can still be your friend. You can be attracted to them and not do anything. There can be a moment or two where you are really attracted to them. It's the same thing with movie stars, right? But you're going to come across, you can be married 20 years and meet someone once a month that you're attracted to. And if she's being honest about that, that's even better for you. She's not hiding her feelings. It became really difficult, and finally she, in early January, told me she wanted to be left alone and wanted time on her own. I'm guessing that you got really insecure finding out that she was attracted to another guy and you overdid the questioning about it. That's what I'm guessing. I at first was very sad from calling her and resisted from calling her, but did send her a few messages begging and pleading. That's not good. That's needy and weak behavior. It's highly unattractive. You know that already. A month later we met where she told me that she wanted to break up. She pointed to this as I wasn't giving her enough attention and how we weren't intimate. I've heard of this before in relationships where the culture is very strict, and it's interesting because the women start to complain about the intimacy. So the fact that you guys didn't have enough human touch and you weren't getting intimate, you're saying that it's an issue because you don't live together, but you made your best efforts, but she's saying it wasn't enough. I plugged and pleaded, leading to a very weak patch up. So you did patch things up. Pleading means that she had pity on you, but which doesn't last. When he writes, but it didn't last in March. She went, I sent certain emotionally intimidating messages which angered me, culminating in the breakup. Emotionally intimidating. Interesting set of words. So there was 3 months of angst and pain I went through. Even after this, the next day I begged and pleaded to her, but of no heed. After which I started no contact. This is pretty much my story. Hoping to hear from you. Still in love, but am still not convinced by her reasons because she only vaguely conveyed those to me. Well, let's just go back to what she told you. She wanted more intimacy. You weren't giving it to her. She wanted more attention. You weren't giving it to her. The fact that you wanted to marry her and you haven't told your close friends the last year or your parents might have affected things. And it might not have just affected things with her because she didn't mention that, but it also made a difference in how you treated her because you didn't take that next step. I feel that she accumulated all those emotions which was vented out leading to the scenario. I'm also quite disturbed by her attraction to the other guy. See, that's the issue that changed you as a boyfriend or a partner, and I think that you probably changed your style because that upset you, and that's ridiculous. If she's attracted to another guy and she's being flirted with, that's gonna happen, and you're gonna have to deal with that. If she didn't do anything with that other guy and she just said, "Yeah, I was attracted to him," I mean, I've had my girlfriends over the years go, "Oh yeah, this guy at work, he's such a good-looking guy." If they keep continuing to talk about it, then it gets annoying. But the bottom line is they're telling you how they feel. But to be attracted to another guy, whether they tell you or not, that's gonna happen all the time. I am blind and believe her when she says that it was only her and he considered her as a friend. Well, if you trust her, then you're going to have to believe her. The fact that she told you she was attracted to him, I think if she was seeing him or anything like that, she'd go into straight denial and say, "Oh, no, I'm not interested." She'd overcompensate more than likely. Relationships, trust, connection, and attraction. And if you don't have trust, the relationship goes south real quick. And it sounds like as soon as you heard that she was attracted to someone, that your trust went down and therefore your attention probably dwindled. So I hope that helps you. Please visit writemac.com if you have a breakup story you want to share, or if you'd like to book a live coaching session. Thank you for supporting the channel.